So, you're in charge of an AI project. That's a huge deal. But one of the biggest decisions you're going to make happens right at the very beginning. How are you actually going to run this thing? If you pick the right playbook, you're really setting your team up for a win. But pick the wrong one, and you could be looking at delays, blown budgets, and a whole lot of frustration. Okay, let's get into it.
Now, what we're talking about today isn't just pulled out of thin air. This explainer is grounded in Chapter 13 of a really comprehensive course from Virtualization Options LLC. We're going to zero in on their framework for making that crucial selection, basically giving you the manager's playbook for choosing the right path for your AI work. You've heard all the names, right? Waterfall, Agile, Scrum, Kanban. It can feel like a confusing alphabet soup of choices. And the temptation is just to grab the one that sounds the newest or, the one your last company used. But for AI projects, that's a really risky bet. So how in the world do you choose?
Well, the answer isn't to just throw a dart at a board of buzzwords. It's to use a structured process, what we call a methodology selection framework. Honestly, think of it like a diagnostic tool for your project. It helps you analyze your project's specific needs, your team's skills, and your company's culture to find the approach that actually fits your reality. All right, so here's our game plan. First, we'll hammer home the core principle: one size fits none. Then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of the selection criteria you need to be looking at. After that, we'll open up the decision-making toolkit. And finally, and this is crucial, we'll talk about how to know if your choice is actually working. Let's start with the absolute most important rule in managing AI projects. There is no single best way to do it, period. The perfect approach for, say, a highly regulated banking project would be a total disaster for a fast-moving tech startup's R&D team. The best choice is always, and I mean always, dependent on your specific context. So, if it's all about context, what parts of that context matter the most? Let's dig into the first part of the framework and figure out the key variables that should be driving your decision. Okay, now what's really important to see here is what factors tend to have the biggest impact. When you look at successful AI projects, three things almost always stand out. First, and this is a big one, is technical uncertainty. How much of what you're building is brand new, never been done before stuff versus proven technology? Second is project complexity. Are we talking a simple task or a massive integration with a dozen other systems? And third, what about your team's experience? Are they seasoned AI pros, or is this their first rodeo? Being brutally honest about these three things is your first, most critical step. All right, so you've assessed your situation, you know where your risks and strengths are. Now what? How do you turn that knowledge into an actual decision? This is where we get to the fun part, the decision-making toolkit, which has some really practical tools to help you pick your playbook. This is a decision matrix, and it's an amazing tool for managers. It helps you lay everything out and compare different methods against the real-world facts of your project. For instance, if you know your project requirements are going to change, which, let's be honest, is common in AI, you can see right here that Agile is a fantastic fit, while old-school Waterfall is, well, not so much. If you have that high technical uncertainty we just talked about, again, Agile is strong. But if you have crystal clear requirements and you're using proven tech, suddenly Waterfall's strengths start to make a lot of sense. And then you have options like CPMAI, which is a framework built specifically for AI projects. The point is, a tool like this helps you make a logical choice, not just a gut feeling. Now, that matrix is great for a detailed comparison, but sometimes you just want a more direct path to an answer. And that is exactly what a decision tree is for. It simplifies the whole process by just guiding you through a few key questions. Let's just walk through it real quick. First, you look at your team and your culture. Are they experienced self-starters? That's pointing you toward Agile. Next, you look at technical uncertainty. If it's high, again, you're getting pushed toward flexible, iterative methods. But what if your requirements are totally locked down and stable? That might suggest a more structured path. And finally, are there heavy regulations that demand tons of documentation? That's a huge signal that something more formal like Waterfall or CPMI might be your best bet. See? A few simple questions can really narrow down your options fast. So you've used the framework, you've picked a methodology. You're done, right? Time to coast? Not so fast. The final, and you could argue the most important, part of the playbook is measuring success. You have to constantly check if the approach you picked is actually getting you the results you need. The first group of metrics is all about speed and efficiency. Velocity, that's just a fancy way of saying how much work your team is getting done in each cycle.
Lead time and cycle time tell you how long it takes for an idea to actually get into the hands of users. And model deployment frequency. How often are you actually shipping? Are you moving fast, or is everything getting bogged down? These numbers will give you the real story.
But listen, speed doesn't mean a thing if the quality is bad. So you absolutely have to track if your models are hitting their performance goals. What's your defect rate? Are you constantly having to redo work? And please don't forget about the team. Is team satisfaction high? How quickly are you getting roadblocks out of their way? A frustrated, burned-out team is never going to deliver great work, no matter how perfect your process looks on paper.
And finally, we get to the metrics that matter most to the business. Are your stakeholders happy? Are you meeting their expectations? Are you delivering real, measurable business value, an actual ROI? And are people even using what you built? A technically brilliant model that nobody uses is a complete failure. These are the metrics that tell you if you're truly winning.
So, after all of this, what's the big takeaway? It's really this. Stop searching for the one single perfect methodology. It just doesn't exist. The real goal, the only goal that matters, is to find the right approach that fits your specific project, your unique team, and your organization's culture. The framework we just walked through is your guide to finding that best fit.
And that leaves us with one last question for you to think about. Take a good hard look at how you're running your AI projects right now. Is your process truly built for the reality of the work, with all its uncertainty, experimentation, and data challenges? Or are you just trying to force fit a brand new kind of project into an old way of working?